but they brought a few fans here. Right now, I guess if you look at the crowd, it's, I don't know, we probably have more fans than they do, but still not an overwhelmingly large crowd. You got your typical community supporters and parents off to our right. And as I look down here in front, you got a pretty good student section. I see Matt Hudson, Jim Watson, Chris Layton, Eric Dottel, Megan McNeese, Benny Wright, Matt Gooch, and David Wright's there. I see some others. Ryan Hillis. That's the front row of the student area as the starters are about to be introduced out on the floor here. For the Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats at the point. One of the keys, I think, to this tournament will be Brandy Long. Brandy was all district and all region at the district and regional tournament. For them, they'll start Cassie Lohman, a sophomore, a junior that is, 5'6", averaging 14 points per ball game, and she's what makes this Germantown team go. Also starting for Lady Wildcats will be Danielle Barnard. Barnard, another sophomore. Barnard averaging in double figures at around 14 points a ball game, and her counterpoint will be Abigail Clark. I do believe that is the case. Heather DeWitt, actually, 5'7" player. 9 points. Jasmine Henderson getting the start, along with Abigail Clark. And Miss Basketball, Jennifer Wilson, has just been introduced out on the floor. For them, they'll also start, let's see, Erin Dudley, 6-footer, and Whitley Campbell, the other starter for Lady Wildcats. The remaining starter for the Germantown Lady Devils, number 30 for them, is Julie Roberts, 6-foot player, averaging 8 points per ball game. Coach Jill Pruden shakes hands with who she's probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches taller than him as he goes heading back towards his respective.
David, you might be taller than he is.
I think I probably am. The Lady Wildcats are all Cardinal jerseys with white numerals. The Germantown Lady Devils wearing white jerseys and red, very similar to Hall's uniforms. Hall's obviously the Red Devils as well. I think the key to the ball game, the Lady Wildcats have to rebound. They've got to handle the press, and let's see how they handle the man-to-man, if indeed Germantown elects to come out in a man-to-man. The jump for the Lady Devils will be Erin Dudley. Junior to jump for the Lady Wildcats will be Jennifer Wilson. We're about to have basketball for you. The 3 officials step in, controlled by Germantown. Basketball, and we're away with the basketball. And then immediately an over and back call is made against the Lady Devils. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball side court. To work the ball in with no pressure will be Whitley Campbell right here from the midcourt stripe as we broadcast here from the table. Here comes to Brandy Long, and Brandy will set the dribble off on the right side. Off it goes to Barnard. Barnard looking inside of Wilson, fires a pass. It's off the foot of the Lady Devils' Abigail Clark out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. Brandy Long to work the ball in. The junior player at the point has yet to fire it in. Now fires it in the corner. Jasmine has a 3 to start the game. It's on its way. Good! Great start for Lady Wildcats. Jasmine gets a 3-pointer to drop in from the corner, and full court press is being applied by the Lady Wildcats. Here comes Germantown, trailing 3-0. 7:35 to play in the first quarter. Lohman works the ball across the line. Off it goes to Heather McDivitt, that is. McDivitt fires it right. Then the ball is deflected out, taken away by Germantown. They'll set it up once again. To the top it goes to Cassie Lohman at the point, an outstanding ball handler for the Germantown Lady Devils. She attacks to the top, gets around a screen, looks inside, cannot penetrate, looks to her right, fires it out to the top once again to number 30 in the ballgame. Roberts, they get gun a 3. It's no good. Whitley Campbell on the rebound. Down the floor it goes to Brandy Long. The Lady Wildcats with the basketball to Barnard. Barnard pulls up, takes a 10-footer, and it's good. 5-0 Oak Ridge. 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. The defending state champion Lady Wildcats in the lead 5-0. Here comes Germantown down the floor. With the basketball once again will come Cassie Lohman. Lohman in the rear court. Works the ball across the line to McDivitt. McDivitt works it all out for a shot for 3. It hits the rim, no good. Rebounded by Lohman. Lohman back up, a little 10-footer, good. They score with Cassie Lohman. 5-2 the score, and back the other way Oak Ridge. Quickly it'll come to Barnard. Barnard races in for the layup. It's on its way, no good. Had the easy layup. as they beat the Lady Devils down the floor, and Germantown has it coming back the other way. With it will come Heather McDivitt, 5'7" junior. She works the ball here on the left side back to the three-corner. They won't take the shot from there. Over it goes to Lohman. Lohman backs it up with a pass to Clark. Clark looks to her right and fires it over to number 11, McDivitt. Once again to Lohman. Double teamed up high. She fires it along the baseline. Here's a little shot. It's no good. On the rebound, Brandy Long. Brandy Long with the basketball for the Lady Wildcats. We've played 2 minutes, and Oak Ridge leads 5-2. Jennifer Wilson yet to get a look. Here's Willie driving in. Pulls up, 5-footer. It's on its way. No good. On the rebound will come the Germantown team. Heather McDivitt once again. She brings the ball to Lohman. In the corner it goes. They'll set for a shot from the corner. It's up, no good. Jasmine Henderson on the rebound. Down the floor will come Oak Ridge. Jasmine with it to Brandy Long. Brandy waits for her teammates to get down the floor. Finds Campbell free. Her shot is no good. Willie's 0 for 2 from the field, and Jennifer Wilson is yet to take a shot. Down the floor once again will come Germantown. 5-2 the score. 5:35 to play first period. Out to the top it goes to McDivitt. Once again to the left side it goes to Clark. Abigail Clark fires it over on the right side to Dudley, who guns up a shot good. 1-point game. The Lady Wildcats down the floor with Brandy Long. Brandy dribbles right, looks inside of Wilson, fires it into her. One-on-one, she turns and spins, she shoots, no good. On the rebound, Germantown. Lady Wildcats missing their last 3 shots down the floor, and here they come down the floor beating the press. They set it out for a 3, long range 3. They won't take the shot. Back he goes to Lohman, penetrates left along the baseline, the late footer, good, and they lead. After scoring 5 straight points, they've got 6 in a row, and the Lady Wildcats trail 6-5. Here comes Brandy Long down the floor to Whitley Campbell. Campbell looking up high to Long, comes cross court to Jasmine, around to Barnard. Barnard looking inside of Wilson at the free throw line, walks. Lady Wildcats turn the ball over. After looking sharp here in the first minute, Lady Wildcats haven't looked as sharp offensively here in the last minute.
Yeah, David, they missed their last 4 shots. They've had open looks. They just haven't been able to capitalize. They cannot continue missing the open looks against this Germantown team.
Germantown gets the ball across the line. Off it goes to Roberts. They work the ball in for a shot before that. A whistle blows, and a foul is going to be called. I think it'll go against Whitley Campbell on a block. Perhaps, maybe not. Might go against Jasmine Henderson. That is the case. It'll go against Jasmine. First personal fouls before the shot, so Germantown will work the ball in. Oak Ridge trailing 6-5. 4:35 to play in the first period. The Lady Devils working for position. They're going to say it is a shooting violation. They're going to give her 2 shots, although I'm not too sure about that. At the free throw line, we go Heather McDivitt. McDivitt averaging 9 points per ball game, hits the first free throw, and Germantown extends their lead to 2. 7-5 to score, 4:35 to play in the first period. Back to the free throw line, Heather McDivitt. Guns, good. And Oak Ridge trails 8-5. And down the floor will come the Lady Wildcats. Here comes to Brandy Long to Barnard. Barnard looking inside, finds Campbell free, and she throws the ball inside of Wilson. Wilson is then tied up. The arrow points towards Oak Ridge. Tried to force the ball inside of Wilson. Turn the ball over.
David, number 30, Julie Roberts, is doing a great job of playing post defense on Jennifer Wilson. Jennifer hasn't had an open look yet in this ball game.
Oak Ridge basketball. Brandy Long will work the ball in. They set it inside to Jasmine for another 3. It's on its way. Short. On the rebound, once again, the Lady Devils. They have the basketball and the lead, 8-5. Down the floor they come with the basketball outside the line. It goes to Lohman. They set for another shot. It's up. No good. Jasmine on the rebound for Oak Ridge. Jasmine down the floor. Oak Ridge trailing 8-5. Oak Ridge basketball. Brandy Long brings it across the line. Dribbles out to the right. Looks inside Wilson. The pass comes into her. Wilson spins. Shoots a 5-footer. Good. Wilson has her first 2, and the Lady Wildcats trail by 1. 8-7, full court press now being applied. They throw the ball away on a deflection. Wilson knocks it out. It'll be Germantown basketball. They substitute into the ball game Katie Chance, a 6'1" junior, into the ball game. It'll be Germantown basketball. To work the ball in for them will be Heather McDivitt. McDivitt looking, firing, and it comes to number 30. That'll be Roberts. Roberts trapped up high, throws the ball away. Intercepted by Wilson, 5-footer, good. Wilson scores, missed basketball. Gives Oak Ridge the lead once again, 9-8. And here's a deflected pass by Wilson, saved in the corner by Germantown. They bring the ball down the floor with a long looping pass, and across the line it goes to number 14. Dudley drives right, kicks it back out to the top. There's a walk, no call. Back to Lohman, wide open 3. She missed it. On the rebound, Whitley Campbell of the Lady Wildcats. Here's a long alley to Jennifer Wilson. Wilson has trouble with it. Gives it inside to Barnard. Barnard a 5-footer. No good. There's Wilson battling, turning, spinning, walking. Lady Wildcats turn the ball over, and Wilson takes a nasty tumble but I think she's okay. Oak Ridge in the lead, 9-8, 3:21 to play in the first quarter. Once again, full court press being applied by the Lady Wildcats. Here come the Lady Devils down the floor. With the basketball will come Cassie Lohman. Lohman with it in the rear court, spins out of trouble. Will be met at the midcourt line. She gets it across to Lohman. Lohman dribbles against Brandy Long all the way inside and almost lost the ball. Jasmine almost grabbed it. Saved on the floor once again by McDivitt. They gun for the three. It's up and good. Casey Lohman hits the bucket, and it's a 2-point Germantown lead. 11-9 the score. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Brandy Long over goes to Campbell, to Wilson. Wilson is then fouled. Personal foul called against Germantown. Let's see if they rule her in the act of shooting. They ruled the young lady from Germantown a moment ago in the act of shooting. I don't think that is the case. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. To work the ball in once again will be Brandy Long. Brandy looking, firing inside Whitley Campbell for the shot. No good. Draws the foul, though. It'll be called against Katie Chance. For Chance, that'll be personal foul number 1. Oak Ridge trailing by 2. 11-9 the score. 2:52 to play in the first quarter. And Whitley Campbell will go to the free throw line. Campbell, a 67% free throw shooter, averaging 9.5 points per ball game. Looks for the first toss. Good. Campbell has her first point. She had an excellent tournament, a district and regional tournament, and a very fine sub-state ball game. She can tie it with this free throw. It's on its way. Good. 11-11 the score, and they'll substitute another big girl into the game. This girl is 6'2", Tori Williams. She checks in the ball game, so they continue to bring height into the ball game. Here comes Germantown against pressure once again. Down the floor with the basketball will come McDivitt. They work the ball across the line. With it comes to Lohman. Lohman drives in, gives it up inside to the big girl just in the ball game who scores easily. Tori Williams scores, and down the floor will come Oak Ridge. As Barnard is then going to be called for a walk. Good defense being applied by Cassie Lohman. 13-11 the score. Germantown up by 2. They'll substitute. They continue to being players in and out of the ball game. Abigail Clark comes into the ball game for Aaron Dudley. 13-11, Germantown by 2. The Lady Wildcats trailing. Working hard defensively. They set the ball cross-court, pass intercepted by Brandy Long. Brandy down the floor to Barnard. Barnard looking. There's Wilson. Wilson drives in, pulls up and shoots. And it's no good. Lady Wildcats missing the shot. On the rebound will come Germantown once again. Heather McDivitt down the floor, cut off, and works the ball to the right side to Lohman. Lohman with 2:14 to play, works it into the big girl, spins, shoots off the rim, no good. On the rebound, Oak Ridge. Barnard comes out of there with it, looks for help, and brings the ball down the floor herself. Barnard setting the dribble to the top. Over it goes to Wilson. Wilson goes inside of Campbell, back to Barnard. Barnard, and then a 3-second lane violation is going to be called against Oak Ridge. 13-11 the score. Oak Ridge trailing by 2. 1:57 to play in the first quarter. Germantown, once again, will work against pressure. To work the ball in will be Abigail Clark. She'll work it in from the baseline, looking, yet to fire it in. Now fires it in to number 45 of the ball game. That's Katie Chance. They get it across to Lohman. She'll raise coast to coast, works outside the 3 and sets it out to the top to Abigail Clark. Clark looking inside, back to Lohman it goes. Looks to the big girl, but swings it instead out to McDivitt. McDivitt drives in, pulls up, 8-footer. Nice penetration. They lead by 4. They do an excellent job in penetrating, and here comes Oak Ridge back the other way to Brandy Long. She throws the ball away. Wildcats continue to misfire with a couple turnovers. Germantown looking strong here in the early going. Oak Ridge trailing by 4, 15-11 with the basketball. Cassie Lohman. Miss Nicole Polfus is about to come into the ball game. 1:22 to play. Germantown basketball, they lead 15-11. 1:18 and counting. Lohman penetrates the arc, will not shoot, backs it up once again with a pass to McDivitt. McDivitt, and then a whistle blows and away from the ball. A foul is going to be called. They're pointing to somebody, and I think it's going to go perhaps against, I guess there's some blood on the knees of Jennifer Wilson. She's going to have to come out of the ball game. I think that's the situation. So Jennifer is going to have some first aid work done to her, and Oak Ridge will substitute into the ball game Renee Robinson. Lady Wildcats trailing by 4, 15-11, 1:11 to play in the first quarter. Germantown looking strong here in the early going. Lady Wildcats haven't really been able to get in their base offense as they work the ball inside to the big girl. Throws the ball away because she turns the ball over with a walk. Big tall girl. They list her as 6'2", and she's tall and lanky. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Down 4 with 1:01 to play. And here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Nicole Polfus is in the ball game along with Brandy Long and Renee Robinson. Renee holding it, looking inside to Campbell. Campbell looking to her right. Fires it out to Barnard. Barnard drives in. Bounce pass back to Long. Brandy thought about a 3. Won't take it. 46 seconds and counting. The Lady Wildcats trailing by 4, 15-11. Renee Robinson outside the line. Over it goes to Campbell. Campbell won't go one-on-one. Good defense being applied by Germantown as Lady Wildcats have to reset once again. 32 seconds and counting. Renee Robinson back to the right. Over it goes to Brandy Long. Jennifer Wilson still being worked on as blood flows from her left knee as she took a tumble, as I mentioned earlier in the ballgame. Over it goes to Polfus. 19 seconds to play. Polfus dribbles in, stripped to the ball, taken away by Germantown. Wildcats held the ball about 45 seconds, then just turned it over. Down the floor will come Cassie Lohman. On the left side it goes to Heather McDevitt. 6 seconds to play. McDevitt to Lohman. She's going to take the final shot. Drives in, kicks it out. There's the wide open three at the buzzer, and it's just in and out, no good, as the first quarter comes to a close. So not a good quarter for the Lady Wildcats. They trail Germantown 15-11, and we'll be back in 60 seconds. Back here at the Monty Hale Arena, the campus of Middle Tennessee State University, Oak Ridge trailing 15-11 in the state tournament first round ball game. The winner to play the winner of the Lawrence County-Dixon County ball game tomorrow night. Germantown in the lead, 15-11. The Wildcats playing a little bit more aggressively defensively as they work the ball. It does Germantown inside to number 14. That'll be Dudley. Aaron Dudley, they set for a long-range three-pointer. Good. McDevitt knocks it down, and the Wildcats trail by 7. Here they come down the floor with Jasmine Henderson. Henderson looks inside. Wilson takes her man one-on-one, goes in for the shot, good, and she is fouled. Personal foul is going to be called against Germantown. That's the one-on-one situation the Lady Wildcats thought they might get as Julie Roberts commits the personal foul, and Wilson will go to the free throw line with one more shot. The Wildcats trailing by 5, 18-13. 6 points in the ball game for Jennifer Wilson. She'll have one free throw. 18-13 the score. 7.5 minutes to play in the first half. Germantown and Oak Ridge state tournament ball game. The two teams played back in 1990. Oak Ridge won that game in overtime as Wilson shoots and knocks down the free throw. 3-point play for the Wildcats. It's a 4-point Lady Red Devil lead. Facing full court pressure will come the Lady Devils. Down the floor with the basketball will come Cassie Lohman. Lohman across the way, stops, gives it over to McDevitt. McDevitt harassed by Brandy Long, stops, loops the ball down the floor to a wide open player who falls down. Picked up on the dead run by Jasmine Henderson. Henderson takes it coast to coast, waits, now goes all the way in, and a blocking foul is going to be called, and that's a tough call against Heather McDevitt, who takes a nasty tumble, but I think she'll be okay. And Jasmine, let's see if they rule her in the act of shooting. The head coach at Germantown, Tim Smith, thinks that either there was a foul on the other end of the floor or there should have been called one on the other end, as McGinnis was in for a moment. Now she's out. Not a shooting violation. Oak Ridge down 4, 18-14, and Brandy Long will work the ball in. Brandy will work it in from the baseline. Looking, yet to fire it. There's Wilson, layup. Good. Wilson has 9 points, and Oak Ridge closes the gap again. They cut the gap now to 2. 18-16 the score. Here comes Germantown down the floor. Pressure being applied a little bit more aggressively by the Lady Wildcats as they drive in along the baseline for a shot which is up. No good. On the rebound, Oak Ridge. Jennifer Wilson to Brandy Long. Lady Wildcats boxed out well that time, and Oak Ridge has an opportunity to tie with a bucket or take the lead with a 3. They're going to tie it with this Jennifer Wilson shot. If she makes it, no good. Rebounded by Jasmine Henderson. Lady Wildcats inside Wilson, 5-footer. No good. Gets her own rebound, then a whistle blows, and a foul is going to be called. Might go against Jennifer. Jennifer commits her first personal foul. 2-point lead for Germantown, and I don't think I've ever seen Jennifer continue to fire up shots one after another like that.
Yeah, she pulled 2 pretty quickly that time, David. Might be better for the Lady Wildcats if they make sure they get a better shot.
Down the floor will come Germantown, breaking the press. Outside it goes to number 14. That'll be Erin Dudley. Dudley to Lohman. They get over a three. She missed it, though, on the rebound. Taken away by Oak Ridge. Jasmine Henderson, coast to coast, has Barnard down the right sideline, but she'll wait for her teammates to get down the floor. Here comes to Wilson. Wilson tried to give it on a handoff to Willie Campbell, but she took one step because Willie didn't know it was coming, and Oak Ridge turns the ball over. Renee Robinson's going to check in for Wilson. And I think Coach Berkey and Coach Pruden are going to say, Jennifer, you don't have to win the ball game by yourself right now. Just give your teammates the opportunity and get in the flow of the ball game. 18-16 the score. Oak Ridge applying full court pressure. Germantown works it across the line. Driving with the basketball will come Dudley. Dudley shoots a 10-footer. No good. Renee Robinson comes in and pulls down the board, and here comes Brandy Long. Brandy with it to Barnard. Barnard waits. There's Renee. Renee over to Jasmine. Jasmine backs up, won't take the three. Here it comes to Renee. Back to Long. 5:52 to play in the first half. 18-16 Germantown on top. Oak Ridge led 5-0, but have trailed basically ever since. It was 6-5, I think, at one point. I think that's after 6 straight points. The Lady Wildcats might have been tied once since then, but have never taken the lead. Barnard cannot penetrate in. Back it goes to Long. I like the defense that this Germantown team applies as Oak Ridge works it out once again. Renee Robinson looking inside of Barnard. Barnard takes her player one-on-one to the hole. Missed the shot, though. On the rebound, Renee Robinson wanted to go back up with it. Sits it out to Barnard, back to Long. Lady Wildcats rebounding well, but not shooting the ball extremely well. Brandy dribbles near the midcourt circle. Back it goes to Barnard. Barnard looking inside. Big battle going on. There's Whitley Campbell. Free. Can't get the shot off. Good defense again as they throw the ball away. Willie tossed one just a little bit too high for Brandy Long, and Oak Ridge turns the ball over. Not looking sharp, but yeah, I've got to credit Germantown. They play excellent defense.
Germantown's defense, David, has been superlative here early on in this ball game. They've denied everything inside of the post to Jennifer Wilson and Whitley Campbell. Their defense has really shut us down.
5 minutes to play in the first half. 2-point game. Here's nearly a steal. Brandy indeed does steal it. Brandy Long dribbles and then is fouled from the rear by Germantown. I like the class of these girls, though. They commit a foul. They help the young lady up. They pat the other's backside on a good play. I kind of appreciate the way these girls have been playing as Oak Ridge will, let's see, get the basketball. It's only the 15th foul, I think, called against. Yes, that is the case. And Oak Ridge will work the ball in. 18-16, the Wildcats trail. Brandy looking, Wilson, layup, tie game. Oak Ridge ties the game, 18-18, and she now has 11 points. 4:51 to play in the first half. Oak Ridge trailed by 7. It's now tied. Here comes Germantown down the floor with the basketball. Abigail Clark. Over it goes to Lohman. Cassie Lohman cross court with a pass to Dudley. Dudley out to the top to Clark. Abigail for 3. That is no good. They get the rebound back up, and the shot is good. Made good by Erin Dudley, and back the other way will come Oak Ridge. They throw the ball away. Oak Ridge continues to mishandle the ball as Lohman steals it. Cannot penetrate. Has to wait for the rest of her teammates. Then she throws the ball off the body of Jasmine Henderson out of bounds. It'll be Germantown ball. Lady Red Devils in the lead, 20-18, 4:23 to play. Last time these two teams played, and the only time they've played, it was an overtime ball game back in 1990 here at the state tournament. Oak Ridge won that game as Oak Ridge works hard on defense. They get a shot off, though, and it's good. Shot made by Julie Roberts, and Oak Ridge trails again by 4. 22-18 the score. They take advantage of every mistake you make as Oak Ridge works over to Barnard. Barnard to Wilson. Wilson takes it to the hole, shoots and scores. Jennifer Wilson continues to knock it in. She has 13 points and 13 of the Lady Wildcats 20, and Oak Ridge trails again by 2. 22-20 the score. Full court press. Here's an interception by Renee Robinson. Right-handed layup off the glass. Good, and we're tied. 2 points for Renee. 22-22 the score. Here comes Germantown again. They work the ball down the floor, looking to get the ball across the line. Here it comes to Cassie Lohman. Lohman in the rear court, excellent ball handler. Trapped at the midcourt circle, fires it across the way to Heather McDivitt. McDivitt dribbles to the midcourt circle and stops. Gives it off to Lohman. 3:35 to play. 22-22 the score. 3:22 to play in the first half. They fire a pass on the inside. It's knocked out of bounds by Oak Ridge. It'll be Germantown basketball. The Oak Ridge student section thought it was touched last by the Lady Devils, but it'll be their basketball. To work the ball in will be Abigail Clark, 5'7" junior. She works it in, dribbling to the free throw line, shoots from there, no good. Wilson on the rebound for Oak Ridge. Wilson with it down to Brandy Long. The Lady Wildcats running, tied at 22. 3:18 to play in the first half. Cross court, Barnard, 15-footer, Good. And the Lady Wildcats lead. Oak Ridge has come back from a 7-point deficit to take a 2-point lead, now 24-22, and Barnard nearly steals a pass in the rear court.
David, what a pass Brandy Long just made. She threw it all the way through the key after she waved Danielle Barnard through, hit Barnard as she was stopping to turn around. Perfect pass, and Barnard knocked the shot down to give the Lady Wildcats the lead for the first time since it was, I believe, 2-0.
Very seldom do you see a ball game that goes through straight on through without any timeouts, but that's the way this one's going. 24-22, Oak Ridge in the lead. Germantown basketball. The winner to play the winner of the Lawrence County-Dixon County ball game tomorrow night. They have the basketball. They work the ball along the baseline to number 14, Dudley. Dudley comes cross court to Bowman. Bowman harassed by Brandy Long and Barnard. They battle for the ball. It's picked up on the floor by Germantown. Now they drive in for a shot, which is up good. Nothing but net for Abigail Clark. This is a good basketball team. 29-5. You can see why they have such a fine record. Lindsey McGinnis outside the line. Looks inside of Wilson. There it goes. Wilson, a 15-footer. No good. On the rebound will come the Lady Red Devils. Down the floor with the basketball, Heather McDivitt. McDivitt stops, waits, swings the ball back out to Lohman. Germantown ties the game at 24. 2:21 to play first half. Germantown, cross-court pass. Lohman for three. No good. On the rebound, Wilson has it, and the Lady Wildcats have the basketball quickly back the other way. 2:12 to play in a fast-paced ball game here. 24-24 the score. Two very fine teams battling it out here in the first round of the state tournament. Brandy Long dribbling right, fires over to Barnard. Barnard back to Long. There's Whitley Campbell. Lindsey McGinnis is on the left wing, thinks about a three, won't take it. Now it comes. Here it goes. Boom! Lindsey McGinnis, three. She has over 60 this season, and she knocks it down. The Lady Wildcats lead 27-24. If they're going to slump off Lindsey, she's going to knock down the three.
Every time, David, they just let her shoot it. That must thought she didn't have that range. She'll knock that down every time.
Missed shot knocked out by Oak Ridge. As Oak Ridge will see them substitute. Into the ball game will come number 45 for them. That'll be Katie Chance, as Nicole Pulpus is getting ready to come in for Oak Ridge. 3-point Lady Wildcat lead, 27-24. Pulpus comes in. Renee Robinson has given some valuable moments to the Lady Wildcats team. She's played well in the early going. As they work it into Lohman, she pulls up, shoots an 8-footer, a little bit too strong. On the rebound, Oak Ridge. Pulpus comes out of there with a 3-on-1 break. She has Barnard down the floor, but she'll take it herself, pull up and shoot. Good, and she's fouled. Great individual play by Nicole Pulpus. She got the rebound, took it coast to coast, hits the shot, and will go to the free throw line.
Really, David, it was more of a loose ball as the ball was rolling between some legs. She picked it up and made a great play as she just went down, drew the foul on Casey Lohman. That's her second foul. And Lohman, David, I'm really impressed with the way she's played. She only has 5 points. She's missed a few shots, but she's just really handled the ball extremely well. Here's Nicole Pulpus' free throw, nothing but net.
And Oak Ridge has its biggest lead of the night. Their biggest lead previous was 5. They lead now 30-24. A minute 26 to play in the first half. Here comes Germantown down the floor, once again facing pressure. The Wildcats playing with Whitley Campbell, Jennifer Wilson, Nicole Pulpus, Lindsey McGinnis, along with Danielle Barnard. They bring the ball across the line. Here's a pass. McDivitt throws the ball away. Intercepted by Barnard. Down the floor, picked up by McGinnis. McGinnis then lost the ball. Then there's a big battle on the floor. Picked up, and it's going to be a travel called against Germantown. What a tough call against the young lady from Germantown. She really hadn't moved. If anything, it should have been a jump ball. It would have been Oak Ridge's ball anyway, but what a tough call as Pulpus gets a standing ovation from the Oak Ridge fans, and Oak Ridge will try to work the ball in. Brandy Long to work it in, looking, has yet to fire. Needs to get it in. There it comes to the corner. Barnard guns. Good. Barnard knocks down a two-pointer, and Oak Ridge leads by 8. 32-24 the score. 58 seconds to play in the first half. Pass intercepted by Wilson. Wilson tracks it down in rear court. The Lady Wildcats, after trailing by 7, have built up now an 8-point lead. 32-24 the score. 47 seconds to play. Brandy Long brings the ball across the time stripe. The junior point guard works the ball to the right with a bounce pass to McGinnis. McGinnis picks it up, gives it over to Barnard. 37 seconds to play. Barnard dribbles out, penetrates to the free throw line, and backs it up with a pass to Brandy Long. Brandy dribbling off on the right side, takes her person all the way to the right, gives it over to Wilson in the corner to McGinnis. McGinnis being harassed everywhere she goes. Good scouting. Somebody's told them that don't let McGinnis get free, as Whitley Campbell has the ball now in the left corner. Back it goes to Long. Obviously good scouting by Germantown.
Really is, David. Everybody knows that Lindsey McGinnis can shoot the three now, and maybe she can pop one before halftime.
Here comes Brandy Long in the right corner. There's Wilson spinning. 5-footer. It's blocked. Taken away by the Lady Devils. 4 seconds to play. Down the floor will come McDivitt. McDivitt sets it out to the right corner. Here's the shot at the buzzer. Good, and it counts. for 2 as the first half comes to a close. Our score after one half of basketball and a very exciting first half of basketball. The Lady Wildcats of Oak Ridge lead it 32-26. This is David Clary, Ryan Gooch, Philip Leander, Chris Boyd, and Jeff Sheeran, our engineer, back in the studios of AM 1290 WATO. The Lady Wildcats on top here, 32-26, but they had trailed by 7. Nice little flurry there in the latter minutes of the second quarter.
David, as I'm looking to my right, I see a camera lady, and Coach Berkey was just all over her. Apparently, as Jennifer was shooting her shot a second ago, she snapped a flash picture. I guess Coach Berkey didn't appreciate that very much.
32-26 the score. We're going to take a break. We're going to send it back to Jeff Sheeran. We'll be back to the Monty Hale Arena on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University in 3 minutes.
18 minutes remaining in the game. It's Maryland 49, Utah State 38.
She's got about.
And at the half, Northern Tennessee.
Back here at the campus of Middle Tennessee State University, the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats in the lead over Germantown, 32-26 in this first game of the AAA bracket. 3 more games tonight. The next ball game will pit Lawrence County versus Dixon County. That'll be at 6:30 Eastern Time. Columbia taking on Sevier County at the 8 o'clock game, and then Memphis Hamilton taking on Henry County. That'll be the nightcap ball game in the AAA bracket. Lady Wildcats have to do a better job at solving the defense by Germantown if they have any hopes of at least trying to get some kind of lead on this team. It'll be Germantown giving up possession to the Lady Wildcats here in the opening minutes of the second half. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Oak Ridge trying to win their 32nd game of the year. Germantown trying to win game number 30. Outstanding basketball team. 32-26 the score. It'll be Oak Ridge coming out with Whitley Campbell, Brandy Long, Jasmine Henderson, Jennifer Wilson, and Danielle Barnard. The Lady Wildcats in the lead by a score of 32-26 as Barnard will try to work the ball in. Looking. Here comes into Jasmine Henderson. Lady Wildcats set it up. Jasmine goes for the backdoor play. Her shot is rejected out of bounds as they got the play they wanted. They got the screens and then the layup on the backdoor, but the shot just wouldn't go as it was rejected, and Brandy Long will work the ball in for Oak Ridge. Brandy from the baseline looking, fired inside Wilson. Wilson 5-footer, no good. Campbell on the rebound, up with a shot, no good. Lady Wildcats had 2 easy ones, couldn't get them to flow, to drop through. 32-26 the score. For the basketball once again will come the Lady Devils. Over it goes to Lohman once again, out to the top to McDivitt. Heather McDivitt comes cross court and throws the ball away. Pass intercepted by Jennifer Wilson. Wilson with it to Barnard. Barnard races coast to coast, waits for the rest of the team, sets it out to Long. Brandy with it over to Barnard. Barnard looks inside Campbell. There's the feed. Here's the turning pass out to the top. And they're going to call a 3-second lane violation against Whitley Campbell as Oak Ridge has set it up for a 3-point shot. As Oak Ridge will put on the pressure. Here comes the Lady Devils of Germantown High School breaking that pressure. Lohman races down the floor, waits for her teammates, now penetrates to the baseline, cut off by Barnard. Back it goes. Oak Ridge in the lead, 32-26. They miss a 3-point shot. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Barnard with it, swings the ball down the floor to Jasmine Henderson for the layup, which is up, and it's no good. On the rebound will come Germantown. The Lady Wildcats missed another easy opportunity. That's 4 easy ones here to start the second half, and the score remains at 32-26. With the basketball, heavy pressure being applied. McDivitt's in trouble. Swings the ball to Lohman. Lohman works the ball inside. Bounce pass into number 14. Wilson blocks the shot out of bounds. Oak Ridge and Germantown. First round of the state tournament. Germantown trailing 32-26. It has been a struggle for the Lady Wildcats. To work the ball in, Heather McDivitt. Obviously a struggle. It's only a 6-point lead. They've trailed by 7 in this game as Barnard steals it. Uses the official as a screen. Goes coast to coast. Goes in for the layup. No good. Whitley Campbell comes down with the rebound. Sets it up once again to Long. Inside of Wilson. Spinning. Driving. Tied up. Walks. Maybe. No, it's going to be a foul called against Germantown. Wasn't too sure. The Oak Ridge fans were screaming that the Barnard shot probably was after a massive foul of the Oak Ridge basketball, as the foul is called against Julie Roberts. That'll be her second. Nobody's in foul trouble in this ball game. In fact, hardly any fouls were called. Oak Ridge works into Barnard. Barnard drives, right extension inside, throws it to the legs of Whitley Campbell, and then a whistle blows and a foul is going to be called against Germantown. It'll go this time against number 10, Cassie Lohman. Casey Lohman. That'll be her third personal foul, so they do have a little foul trouble, and she's their best ball handler. Oak Ridge to work it in again. Brandy with it into Jasmine. Jasmine inside to Whitley. Spinning 5-footer. Wants to shoot. Blocked. Can't get the rebound. Taken away by Germantown. Nobody scored here. Oak Ridge has missed some easy ones to open the half. 0 of 5 from the field. They're in the paint. I mean, they're not exactly long-range jumpers as they work the ball inside. Here's a steal by Brandy Long. Neither team looking that sharp. We've played 2 minutes and nobody has scored. 32-26 to score. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Brandy Long with it across the line. Dribbles in all the way to the left side. Cut off by Lohman. Looks to Wilson. There's the feed. Wilson spins. Off-balance shot, but it drops in somehow. 15 points for Jennifer Wilson, and Oak Ridge leads by 8. 34-26 to score. Down the floor will come the Lady Devils. Casey Lohman across the way, dribbling down the floor, fires it over to number 14. Once again to the top it goes to Dudley. Dudley cross court, driving along the baseline, throws it inside. Number 30 throws up his prayer. It's not answered. On the rebound, Oak Ridge is Barnard. Barnard races coast to coast, waits right in front of Coach Joe Pruden, sets it inside of Wilson, spinning 15-footer. Good! Wilson knocks down her 17th point, and Oak Ridge has his biggest lead of the night. 10-point lead, 36-26, and Coach Tim Smith of Germantown wants a timeout. Let's take one ourselves. We'll be back to the Murphy Center on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University in 30 seconds.
Full timeout.
We're doing okay, right?
Videotapes of today's game are available from Video Sports and NCAA. They have booths set up in the southeast and southwest corner of Murphy Center, or use the order book located on page 35 in your program. Video Sports is the official video of the TSSAA.
Back here at the Murphy Center, Ryan Gooch along with David Clary, our engineer in the studio, and Jeff Sharon, as David is getting a brief drink of refreshment. David almost out of air over there. He's been talking nonstop, seems like this whole game. What a fast-paced game. And I really think the pace has been to the Lady Wildcats' liking. They like to play an up-tempo style of basketball, and usually teams try to slow it down, but Germantown's brought it right to the Lady Wildcats. But Lady Wildcats are on top, 36-26, David.
Correct me if I'm wrong, was that the first timeout called in the ball game?
That was the first timeout in this whole ball game, David, and that's amazing.
Oak Ridge by 10, 36-26. The winner to play the winner of the Dixon County, Lawrence County ball game. It's Germantown's ball against full court pressure. They work the ball in, and it comes to number 30, Julie Roberts. Roberts down the floor with Heather McDivitt. Dribbling now, fires it across the way. Back it goes to number 30, that'll be Roberts. Fires a pass intercepted by McGinnis. McGinnis in the ball game now for Lady Wildcats. Loops it over to Brandy Long. Brandy Long down the floor, dribbles outside the line, fires it over to McGinnis. McGinnis over to Wilson. Wilson, and a whistle blows, and a foul is going to be called. Another foul against Germantown. I think I think the foul will be called against Roberts. That'll be her third personal foul. They'll bring another 6-footer off the bench. This will be 6'1", Katie Chance coming into the game. Tenbank is sponsoring the broadcast on Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12 today, and we'd like to thank them for paying our rights fees. Brandy has a 3, won't take it. Oak Ridge by 10 with a basketball. Wilson stops, drops in, the shot off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound, back up, good. Great hustle by Jennifer Wilson, and Oak Ridge leads by 12, their biggest lead of the night. Down the floor will come Germantown. With a basketball across the way will come number 14, Erin Dudley. Dudley with it to Casey Lohman. Lohman back to McDivitt. Oak Ridge in the lead, 38-26, a very low-scoring ball game. Credit the Germantown defense. They do an excellent job with their defensive pressure. Out to the top to McDivitt. McDivitt drives in. Oh, great pass. Shot good. They score with Katie Chance, and back the other way will come Oak Ridge. Their lead is 10, 38-28. Here's Wilson spinning 5-footer. No good. On the rebound will come Oak Ridge. What a hustle by Renee Robinson. Can't get it on a loose ball. Picked up by Lohman once again, but what a hustle by Renee. She was on the floor diving for the loose ball. With the basketball will come Germantown. 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. They've got it. Here's another shot. It's up, no good. On the rebound, Renee Robinson. Then a whistle blows and a foul is going to be called. They're going to call the foul against Germantown, I do believe. I thought. As indeed the foul is going to be called against Germantown. And it'll be Oak Ridge with the basketball coming down the floor. The foul's called on Katie Chance. That'll be her second personal foul. Whitley Campbell is coming into the ball game, and she'll be inbounds. I'm surprised they're not pressuring us. They figure that they can't get in a run and gun game with us. They'd rather deal with us man-to-man in a half court.
I'm kind of surprised too, David. I thought they would have pressed us a little bit, but they have not pressed us at all. That's been kind of surprising.
Oak Ridge in the lead by 10, 38-28. We're live here at Middle Tennessee State. Lindsey McGinnis for three, no good. On the rebound, Wilson had it, knocked out of bounds. They say by Jennifer Wilson. Oak Ridge fans in that end zone didn't really like the call. It'll be Germantown basketball. 38-28 the score, 3:39 to play in the third quarter. Casey Lohman dribbling, the point guard works it out to the right side to Clark. Clark fires it inside to number 45. It goes in for the shot, no good, but she's fouled by Jennifer Wilson. We just don't really have anybody that matches up that well with their big post players. Katie Chance, they list her as 6'1". Germantown beginning to creep back into the ball game as Chance goes to the free throw line. The lead was 12, it's 10. They can cut it to 8 here at the free throw line.
Chance to the free throw line with 2 points, David. Shots the first one on its way, in and out, no good. Both teams are going to have to start hitting their free throws, especially Germantown when you're trailing. They need to hit the free throws for them to have a chance to come back and win this and get in this ball game.
Chance back to the line. On its way, she missed them both. On the rebound, Oak Ridge. Jennifer Wilson clears the ball down the floor to Lindsey McGinnis. McGinnis looking inside to Whitley Campbell. Waits, finds Wilson free. Wilson looks to Barnard on the right side. Barnard back to Campbell. Campbell inside to Wilson. Kicks it back out to Barnard, and the Lady Wildcats set it up. Court spacing is not too good right now for the Oak Ridge offense, and they reset the offense. Brandy Long penetrates out to McGinnis. McGinnis looks to Wilson right side. Harassed everywhere she goes. Nowhere to go. Fires it over to Whitley Campbell. Great defense being applied now on Lindsey McGinnis everywhere she goes. Here's Brandy Long, top of the key. 2:58 to play. There's Wilson up high. Wilson to Campbell. Willie over to Brandy Long. Brandy, they're trying to set screens from McGinnis, but they can't get the ball to her. Now the ball is deflected off the foot of one of the Germantown Lady Devils. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. 38-28, Oak Ridge in the lead. We're in the third quarter, 2:49 to play. Here's the screen. McGinnis, the wide open three. No good. Whitley, big board. Layup, no good, but she's fouled. Whitley came out of nowhere to get that missed shot as the Lady Wildcats set up that little picket fence where they send somebody back and set the screen with all four of the other players. McGinnis couldn't get it to fire through as Chance picks up her third personal foul, and Whitley will go to the free throw line. 2 points, 3 points. 3 of 3 from the line tonight. Oak Ridge by 11. 39-28 the score. 2:45 to play in the third quarter. Second toss by the senior Good, the only senior on this Lady Wildcat team. Oak Ridge putting on the press once again. Here comes the Lady Devils of Germantown High School. McGinnis deflects the pass out of bounds. Good defense, Lindsey McGinnis in the rear court.
Great defense, Devin. I thought Germantown's number 12, Abby Clark, might have knocked that ball out of bounds, but the official had a better angle than we did.
Here they come down the floor, breaking the press. On a dead run will come Abigail Clark. Clark is then trapped by Barnard and Long. Swings the ball back inside to number 14. He throws up a shot, good. Aaron Dudley knocks it down. We're back to a 10-point game. Dudley shoots the ball well, and down the floor will come Oak Ridge.
Dudley in the ball game with 10 points, David, a leading scorer for Germantown.
With the basketball, Jennifer Wilson, the leading scorer for Oak Ridge, goes in. Her shot is blocked. Taken away by Germantown. 2:14 to play. Probably not the best selection there, but you can't fault Jennifer because she's played well. She's going to almost get a steal. They work it in for a layup. Good. Breakdown on the Oak Ridge defense, and it's an 8-point game. Now the Wildcats, let's see if they attack or slow it down. Here's McGinnis looking inside of Wilson. Over goes to Campbell. There's Wilson spinning, driving, wants to shoot, draws the foul. And the bucket doesn't count. Let's see if they rule her in the act of shooting. Yes, they're going to give Jennifer Wilson 2 free throws. Oak Ridge's lead is 8, 40-32. And I don't feel comfortable at all with this ball game because this Germantown team, unheralded, unranked, they're an outstanding basketball team.
David, I'm really surprised this team isn't ranked. I don't know why they're not. This is a great Germantown team. I fully believe that they should be ranked. They're one of the best teams we've seen all year long.
Jennifer Wilson will have 2 shots. 19 in the game, gunning for 20. 20 points she has. Missed basketball, 2 of 2 now from the line. Oak Ridge back by 9, 41-32, a minute 54 to play. Second toss, Wilson, good. Jennifer knocks down the free throws, looking strong at the line. The Lady Wildcats doing a good job at the free throw line. Germantown basketball. Against pressure, they work the ball down the floor with Clark. Abigail Clark throws the ball away. Pass deflected and taken away by Jennifer Wilson to Brandy Long. Oak Ridge with the basketball up by 10. Here's Whitley for the layup. No good. Gets her own rebound. Again, no good. Then a foul is going to be called. Whitley struggling inside the paint. Uncharacteristically, Whitley has dominated the last few weeks, but she has an opportunity to go, as they're going to say, it's the 17th foul. Oak Ridge has only committed 1. Boy, Germantown, with their aggressive man-to-man play, definitely picking up lots of fouls. And the fouls called against the Lady Devils. It'll be Whitley Campbell at the free throw line. Whitley struggled from the field, but she's done it at the line. 4 of 4 from the line, her only points of the night. Toss, no good. A jinxter. On the rebound will come Germantown. 1:35 to play, third quarter. Down the floor will come the Lady Devils. Abigail Clark to Lohman. Lohman dribbles in, pulls up and shoots. Good. Casey Lohman hits the shot. It's an 8-point game. 1:23 to play. 42-34 the score. Down the floor will come Brandy Long. Lady Wildcats going to set it up here with 1:17 to play in the third quarter. Brandy gives it over to Wilson. Wilson looks up high to a cutting Jasmine Henderson. Henderson pulls up, now penetrates all the way through, using her quickness, takes the shot, no good. On the rebound will come Germantown. Let's see if the Lady Wildcats can set up a little D. They bring the ball down the floor with McDivitt. McDivitt harassed, works the ball back out to the top to Clark. Clark fires it inside, driving with the basketball. They set for a wide open three. It's a big shot in the game. She missed it though. On the rebound, Wilson. Wilson with it to Brandy Long, and down the floor will come Oak Ridge. And Lohman almost committed her 4th foul as she attacked Brandy Long. Oak Ridge by 8, 42-34, 42 seconds to play. Lady Wildcats have not done a great job working time off the clock in this one. Let's see what they can do. Jasmine Henderson with it over to McGinnis. McGinnis looks at the clock. Wildcats appear to be a little bit winded. It's very hot in the gym as Brandy Long works it inside. Backs up now with her dribble. 25 seconds to play. Oak Ridge in the lead, 42-34. The winner to play either Dixon County or Lawrence County tomorrow. We'll get that time for you in a minute as Oak Ridge works it with Wilson. It'll be the 8 o'clock Eastern time ball game. 14 seconds. Here's Brandy right in front of Coach Pruden. Dribbles around the screen, then backs up. Comes back to the right again. Gets a double screen. Thought about the baseline drive. Fires it over to McGinnis. McGinnis stops. Pops the three. No good. As the third quarter comes to a close. Our score after 3 quarters of basketball, and once again, not a great job getting that final shot in. The Lady Wildcats lead at 42-34, and we'll be back in 60 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, a meal will be provided following today's afternoon session in the hospitality area. The meal is sponsored by Walter Nippers, Nashville Sporting Goods, and Franklin Life Insurance. Your hospitality pass or TSSAA ID card will get you into the meal.
Was he going to try to get it fixed?
Fouls. I think it was on chance.
Returning for Oak Ridge, number 20, Danielle Barnard. And in the game for Germantown, number 13, Sarah Smith.
David Clary, Ryan Gooch, Jeff Sheeran, Philip Leander, and Chris Boyd back here at the Monty Hale Arena on the campus of Middle Tennessee State. The 4th and final quarter set. Oak Ridge in the lead, 42-34, Germantown ball. Danielle Barnard, Brandy Long, Jasmine Henderson, along with Jennifer Wilson and Renee Robinson in the ball game as they all work against pressure. They work it over to Lohman. Lohman cross court back to McDivitt. McDivitt drives in as a kick ball. And let's see if they're going to call a foul against Oak Ridge. The team foul number 2 caught against the Lady Wildcats. They've been in foul trouble all night. The Lady Devils, it'll be their basketball.
David, Lady Wildcats have come out in their shark defense. That's the half-court trapping defense. They've, I guess, installed later on in the season. They've done a pretty good job with it here.
3-point shot is missed on the rebound. They'll have it once again. Lohman dribbles in, has a shot, won't take it, backs it up to a new girl in the ball game. That'll be Sarah Smith. Smith is then hacked and fouled by Brandy Long. Team foul number 3 for Brandy. That'll be her first personal foul. 7:34 to play in the game. 42-34 Oak Ridge in the lead. It'll be Heather McDivitt to work the ball in. Got somebody out here on the wing. No, they're going to work it in from right over here to our right. McDivitt works it in, then it comes to Casey Lohman. Lohman, a good player, good ball handler, good shooter. Wildcats extend just a little bit on their defense as they work the ball to Sarah Smith. Smith dribbling in, cannot penetrate all the way, and works it in number 30, throws up a shot, no good, air ball. On the rebound, Oak Ridge. Renee Robinson with the basketball to Brandy Long, to Jasmine Henderson. Good defense being applied by Smith. She looks inside of Wilson. She gets the feed inside to Renee. Kicks it back over to Barnard. Barnard dribbles all the way in for the layup. It's on its way. Good. Great drive by Danielle Barnard. She has 8 points, and Oak Ridge's lead is 10. 7 minutes to play in the ball game. Full court press again by the Lady Wildcats. Here comes Casey Lohman breaking it coast to coast all the way down the floor, giving it up for an 8-footer, which rims out no good. On the rebound, Jasmine Henderson. Jasmine then has trouble with it, picks it up on the baseline and gives it over to Brandy Long. Brandy Long down the floor for the Lady Wildcats. Oak Ridge in the lead by 10 with the basketball. 6:43 to play. Brandy to Jasmine to Wilson, spinning, shooting, gunning, shot good. Jennifer now with 23 points, and Oak Ridge back up to a 12-point lead. 6.5 minutes to play in the basketball game. Here comes the Lady Devils down the floor, breaking the press once again. Lohman picks it up in front of their bench, which is to our right, and then they throw the ball away. Great play, Brandy Long, as she deflects it into the hands of Jennifer Wilson. To Barnard. Barnard down the floor is pulling it up inside. Renee Robinson, layup, good. Oak Ridge by 14, their biggest lead of the night. 48-34, and Coach Smith wants a timeout. He's signaling for it. They're still having trouble in the rear court. Trying to get it across the line. They do off to Sarah Smith. Smith drives in. Here's the shot on his way. Good. Now they get the timeout at the 6-minute mark. Oak Ridge by 12, 48-36, and we'll be back to the Monty Hale Arena in 30 seconds.
Real struggle this game's been. F2. They're broken. Piece of junk. Sorry. How's it going, Norman?
Back here at the Monty Hale Arena on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University, a little flurry by the Lady Wildcats, fueled by their defense, has given Oak Ridge a very close 48-36 lead. Very low scoring ball game. When you're accustomed to seeing 70, 80, 90 points a ball game, these kind of games are nail biters. Oak Ridge only up by 12. I remember the Maryville ball game. It's never over until it's over.
That's right, David. Both teams are a little sluggish. Lady Wildcats scored 12 points that quarter, and the Germantown Lady Devils scored 10. Been a slow ball game.
It'll be the Oak Ridge basketball up by 12 with exactly 6 minutes to play in the ball game. Whitley Campbell will try to inbound it, looks into Oak Ridge's Brandy Long, and the point guard works the ball down the floor to McGinnis. McGinnis works the ball to the left side. You're exactly right. They actually go with the press. Wilson, a 5-footer. Good. Wilson just lining it up. And she has 25 points in the ball game. Missed basketball gives Oak Ridge a 14-point lead, and there's just not much you can do about that with Germantown.
There's nothing you can do, David. She's knocked that shot down all year long. Nobody stopped her.
They take a shot, no good. McGinnis on the rebound. 14-point Lady Wildcat lead, 5.5 minutes to play in the game. 50-36, here comes Barnard down the floor, coast to coast, layup off the glass, no good. They get the rebound, then they almost turn it over. Coming down the floor will come the Lady Devils of Germantown High School, which is a suburb, kind of a wealthy suburb of Memphis, as they bring the ball down the floor, and then away from the ball, a foul perhaps called against Whitley Campbell. Team foul number 4 called against Oak Ridge for Whitley. That'll be her first personal foul, and that in itself is good news because Whitley's been getting a little foul trouble, but she's fine. Germantown to work the ball in. Oak Ridge by 14, 5:15 to play. They set for a 3. It's on its way. That is nothing but an air ball. They get the rebound and take the shot up again. Good. Back down the floor will come Oak Ridge. 5 minutes to play to Barnard. Barnard has Wilson. Wilson drives, stops, shoots, on its way. No good. On the rebound, Germantown. Lohman with the basketball. Down the floor, she dribbles against Brandy Long. Out of trouble, fires a pass, intercepted by Barnard. Barnard back the other way, saved away by Brandy Long. Lady Wildcats with 4 minutes and 45 seconds to play, leading 50-38. Kind of surprised how few Germantown fans are here. What would you say, about 20 total? Oak Ridge probably has about 100 or more. In fact, if you have an opportunity, why don't you count them here, Ryan Gooch? Just a joke. Oak Ridge in the lead by 12, 50-38. It's a pretty good turnout of fans here. As you look, you got it's cut in 4 sections of the end zone. To our right, across the way, there's lots of parents and community, and some other community to the left, and lots of students as well.
Yeah, David, Lady Wildcats have a pretty good crowd here, as you said. Wilson to the line, 3 of 3. 25 points in the ball game, 1-1 at the line here. First tossed up, nothing but the bottom of the net.
Jennifer Wilson, Miss Basketball in the state of Tennessee, looking good. 51-38. Oak Ridge leading 51-38. Wilson second toss up, good. 52-38, a 14-point Lady Wildcat lead. 4.5 minutes to play in the basketball game. The winner to play either Lawrence County or Dixon County at 8 o'clock tomorrow here at the Monty Hale Arena at the campus in Middle Tennessee State. We'll have the broadcast of this game as there's a three-point shot knocked down good by Casey Lohman, and she's averaging 14 points a ball game. She has 10, still under her average as a whistle blows, and what's the call? A travel is going to be called against McGinnis, and our favorite official makes the call, and she wasn't too sure what it was. She had to look for a little help. Game's well from being to its conclusion. The Lady Wildcat lead is only 11 points.
David, the favorite official clause is kind of an inside joke from last year. She was here last year, and she just did a horrible job in the Lady Wildcat games. She really hasn't been a non-factor in this game, though.
52-41, and then the 15 foul now is going to be called against Oak Ridge. Let's see who this one's against. Fouls are beginning to even up just a little bit. They have committed 8. The Lady Wildcats 5 as Jasmine Henderson commits the foul. It'll be Germantown basketball. Heather McDivitt works the ball in, then it comes to Lohman, who's gone all the way. He's played with 3 fouls. Great ball handler. She's got to be dead tired as they work the ball inside for a shot. It's another air ball. Goes out of bounds. Oak Ridge basketball. Oak Ridge in the lead 52-41, trying to advance to the semifinals as Oak Ridge will work the ball in with Whitley Campbell to Jasmine Henderson, back to Whitley. Whitley down the floor to Brandy Long. Whitley cross court with a long pass to Jasmine Henderson. Jasmine drives in, gives it inside to Wilson for a layup, which is good. 29 points in the ball game for Jennifer Wilson, and Oak Ridge extends their lead back to 13. And although there's only 3:40 to play in the ball game, I still don't feel too safe with this Germantown team. I have been so impressed with them. I cannot emphasize how good of a team this is, defensively especially, but they miss another shot. Whitley Campbell brings down the board. 3:27 to play. Oak Ridge in the lead by 13. 54-41 the score. Here's Jasmine Henderson, bumped and fouled. Sarah Smith. No, it's going to be Abigail Clark who commits the foul.
David, the past 2 times on the floor off Germantown makes, they've gone to the 1-2-1-1 press, the same press the Lady Wildcats use, and it's been pretty much ineffective. Lady Wildcats have broken it easily both times down.
9th team foul called against the Lady Devils. It'll be Jasmine Henderson now at the free throw line. She has 3 points. That was the first shot of the game. She goes to the line as a free throw shooter. The shot is good. She knocks it down. A 54% free throw shooter. Oak Ridge by 14. 3:21 to play in the ball game. They trailed at one time by 7 in the ball game as Jasmine's second free throw is good. And Oak Ridge is doing it tonight from the free throw line. They've just hit just about every shot tonight for this afternoon from the line, and Oak Ridge's lead is 15.
Lady Wildcats a near perfect, David, 12 of 13. Here's another turnover by Germantown.
Heather McDivitt wasn't really too sure exactly to go after the ball, and Coach Tim Smith not too happy about the whole thing. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. 3:11 to play in the game. 56-41 Oak Ridge in the lead. Oak Ridge has only played Germantown on one other occasion. That was in 1990 at the state tournament. Oak Ridge won that game in overtime, but they're going to win this one in regulation as Whitley Campbell is going to be called for an offensive foul charge, and you might hear the Oak Ridge fans to our left. I see Benny Wright up there. He doesn't like it. He's booing quite aggressively, as is the rest of the students sitting up there. And there's quite a few of them who've made the trip. Some of them arrived a little bit late as down the floor will come Lohman for 3. That's an air ball out of bounds. You were just looking up the record. Oak Ridge, I think, holds the record for free throw percentage. And right now, if the game stayed the way it is, they would have it again.
Yes, David, the previous one was 13 of 14. Lady Wildcats 12 of 13 in this ball game. Maybe they can knock down 2 more and get the record.
What year was that? Was that the year that 93? That was the year, probably was against Henry County, or who was it against? Gallatin. That was a first round ball game. 87, they work it inside. Wilson's shot. It is good, and she's fouled. 31 points in the ball game for Jennifer Wilson, and she'll go back to the free throw line, and she'll have 1 free throw. Oak Ridge headed to the second round. They'll take on either Dixon County or Lawrence County as the Lady Wildcats, with a great second half, have eliminated the Lady Devils in 2.5 minutes as the free throw is missed. And there's Whitley with a rebound. No good. There goes the record as the percentage is fouled up. On the rebound, Germantown.
David, it is, and again, Jennifer Wilson ties her career high, 31. She just can't seem to break 31 points. She's had it, I believe this is her 3rd time this year.
But she still has 2 minutes to play as Brandy's going to deflect one off the body of one of the Germantown players, then off the body of Brandy out of bounds. It'll be Germantown ball. They'll work the ball in. Oak Ridge by 17. 3-point shot. Hits the rim, no good. Brandy Long on the rebound. Brandy will bring the ball down the floor with 2:10 to play in Germantown season. Wilson turning, cannot shoot, might have walked. That's exactly what happened. If you remember the Clinton ball game, she had about 3 or 4 opportunities to actually break the school record in scoring, but she missed them, and she held at 31. She scored 31 against Clinton and against Halls. I couldn't remember the other team. 58-41 the score. Germantown, 2 minutes to go in their season as the Lady Wildcats will eliminate the Germantown Lady Devils for the second time. They've only been to the state tournament twice, and Oak Ridge has played them both times, and they've lost to Oak Ridge both times. Oak Ridge to Wilson. She's fouled. Now she can set a new career high at the free throw line. She'll have 2 shots here as the double bonus is in effect. 1:43 to play in the game. 58-41. Great second half. Germantown has really been outscored here in the second half, and credit Oak Ridge's defense and just a little better shot selection. The free throw shooting outstanding as Oak Ridge goes to the free throw line. Wilson trying for a new career high.
Lady Wildcats have outscored them 26-15 here, David, and that's the difference. As the car keys come out to our left, student section making some noise. The Lady Wildcats advancing on to the second round. Some tears over on the Germantown bench, though, David.
That's what generally happens when you get to this point. Somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. That's a new career high for Jennifer Wilson. Miss Basketball now with 32 points in the ball game, and I think there's probably a few doubters who now are believers in Miss Wilson as the free throw is up and good. She now has 33 points. The school record is 36, I do believe, set by McGinnis, Erin McGinnis, last year at the championship game of the Greenville tournament. 1:41 to play, 60-41. Oak Ridge headed to the second round. An 8 o'clock Eastern time tip-off against either Dixon County or Lawrence County. They beat Dixon County last year as Oak Ridge goes in. Barnard to Wilson. Wilson the shot on its way. No good. Gets her own rebound up and good. Wilson with 35 points in the ball game. She needs one more, and it looks like she's going to come out. Well, the basketball once again will come. The Lady Red Devils, 1:12 to play. Jennifer Wilson at 35 points. And I'm trying to give the hand signals over there to the coaching staff like they told me to do in case she got close to it. As I think indeed the record is the 35 points as we're headed for the second round, and she's going to come out 1 point shy of the record. If indeed that is the case, it was 36 by Erin McGinnis against Miami Edison High School. But more importantly, Ryan, we're headed to the second round against either Dixon County or Lawrence County, one of the final 4 in the state.
On the way we go, David. It'd be interesting to see what Coach Pruden has to say after you tell her that she was 1 point away from tying the school record.
62-41 the score. Nicole Polfus, Jenny Jejic, Jamaica King, Brandy Jordan, to Erin Hinton, who shoots and missed the shot. On the rebound, a big battle for, then a foul is going to be called. I think somebody was over the back of Jamaica. So for those of you listening back at home, I know Big Scott Hinton, one of those bystanders who's extremely concerned about this ball game. Well, your sister's in right now. She missed that shot, but the foul's called, and Jamaica King will go to the free throw line. 21-point lead for the Wildcats. What a second half for Oak Ridge. 62-41 the score, and Jamaica's free throw just a little bit short. 46.6 seconds to play, and you're exactly right. Tears on the Germantown bench across the way. They came to the state tournament for the first time since 1990. And their stay, like it was in 1990, a short one as Oak Ridge eliminates the Lady Devils for the second time. 63-41, and Jamaica's in the scoring tally as she works the ball down the floor. There's a new girl in for Germantown. Let's see who that is. That's A.D. Davis. Davis built, I guess, what would you say, fire plug? Would that be the best way to describe her? We'll have to see what kind of a player she is. She's very short. They list her at 5'5". And I guess that's the best way to describe her, I guess. 63-41 the score, 30 seconds to play. Let's see if she can shoot the free throw. She was fouled. A.D. Guns. No good. On the rebound, Oak Ridge's Jamaica King. And I can hear the Oak Ridge students waving goodbye to the Germantown faithful, who are not very many of them here, actually, as Oak Ridge works over to Brandy Jordan to Jamaica King. Jamaica looking, 18 seconds to play, backs it over to Polfus. Polfus had a big play in the ball game as a three-point play when the game was still in doubt. Polfus with it to Jamaica. There's Jenny Jejic, can't control the pass with 8-7. Polfus stops inside to Hinton for the layup, no good. On the rebound, it won't matter. The game has come to a close. Oak Ridge has won this first round state tournament basketball game by defeating the Lady Red Devils of Germantown High School 63-41. 35 points tonight for Jennifer Wilson. Not the school record. Once again, she comes close, but once again, she comes out of the game when she's unable to get the record. But more importantly, Jennifer doesn't care about that. She didn't care about her missed basketball. What she cares about is the Lady Wildcats are in the Final Four, as the Lady Wildcats head on off to their locker room. Lady Wildcats in the Final Four.
Final Four, David, yes they are. What a game. It was close early on. I was worried for about the first half. And with some of the third quarter, Lady Wildcats came out in the second half and just blew them away. What a half for the Lady Wildcats to advance on to the semifinals.
Worried, I don't think is the right word. This was, you know, a lot of times scared is a better word, because the Lady Wildcats could have very easily lost the ball game if they had not turned it around there in the second half. I think defensively they did the trick. Oak Ridge actually trailed by 7 at one point. I believe the score was 18-11. And they came back with a flurry using their defense, some pretty good offense, and Oak Ridge actually took the lead at the half. They actually led, let's see, 32-26, and after they had hit a two-pointer right at the buzzer to go to the locker room, it was a 6-point game. And then for the first 2 minutes of the second half, neither team was really able to get anything going. Both teams actually shooting the ball poorly and turning the ball over. In fact, I think we played 2 minutes before we actually got either team able to score. Then the Lady Wildcats put on a nice little run, and they win the ball game by a final score of 63-41. So Oak Ridge now has defeated Germantown on 2 different occasions. They've only played twice, both on this floor. Oak Ridge beat them in overtime in 1990 when Nikki Caldwell was on the team, and Coach Kim Tisdale it was Coach Hunter then, or Kim Hunter then, but she's Coach Tisdale now. She played on that team, and now the Lady Wildcats are headed to the semifinals against a team we know fairly well, Dixon County. If they win, don't know much about Lawrence County except they've beaten Columbia on a number of occasions. We know they're good. They have a good record, so whoever wins, it's going to be a tough game. It's the number 6 team against the number 7 team in the second game tonight, so it's going to be a tussle, and whoever the Lady Wildcats get, it's going to be a tough assignment because both have outstanding teams. We've played Dixon County last year, defeated them in the semifinals, haven't ever played Lawrence County before, so whoever Oak Ridge gets tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern time, it's going to be tough.
David, it'll be interesting to see how these two teams tonight come out. Lawrence County and Dixon County both know that, you know, a semifinal berth is on the line, and one of them will end up going, one of them will go home. Both teams have never played in the semifinals, so it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure they're going to come out. Oh, excuse me, I thought you said neither of them had. I guess Dixon County has played, but it'll be a great game tonight. 6th and 7th ranked teams in the tournament. Like I said earlier on in the pregame, many people think this might be the best game of the tournament coming in. It'll be an outstanding game.
Oak Ridge wins the ball game. The session just now ending. They're going to clear out the gym and get ready for the evening session, which will not begin for a little while. In fact, I think the scheduled start is 6:30 Eastern time, which means they've got a while before they play, so we'll have plenty of time to interview Coach Jill Pruden. We're on AM 1290 WATO and Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. We're going to send it over to Jeff Sharon, our engineer back at the station, who will incidentally have a highlight show. Oak Ridge wins it, and we'll be back in 3 minutes.
That one froze up too.
Hey, yeah. When they leave.
Yes.
Okay.
What's that?
I'll wait a little bit.
Okay. Test. Hey, we're gonna disconnect the cell phone here so we can make it less time to get out. So this will be we'll communicate on the white phone from now on. Go ahead and take the cell off.
Y'all good? You gonna go get in line?
You're back there in third. What's that? You're back in third. Dang. She'll get the record this week.
I don't know, it gets pretty hard. You don't usually get 55 in a game.
Yeah, well.
It's right here. This is 3206.
I'm gonna sit here, so why don't I use this?
Don't matter to me.
Back here at the campus of Middle Tennessee State University, the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats victorious in their ball game to this afternoon in the state tournament. 63-41 the final score. So the Lady Wildcats move on to play an 8 o'clock Eastern time ball game against either Lawrence County or Dixon County tomorrow at 8 o'clock, as I mentioned. We also videotaped this ball game for Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12, and we were on live with our audio feed on Channel 12, and we appreciate our good friends back at Tennessee Cablevision for allowing us to put us on tonight. Jeff Sharon's our engineer back at the station. We've had Chris Boyd and Philip Leander. You've got the statistics for the first half.
David, what a great game it was. What a game, what a game. Lady Wildcats pull it out in the end, 63-41. Now for the final statistics. First for the Germantown Lady Devils. They gave the Lady Wildcats all they could want tonight. And just basically until the final 2 minutes, it was in doubt. Lady Wildcats pulled away coming down the stretch. For the Lady Devils, Casey Lohman had 10 points. Heather McDivitt had 7. Abigail Clark had 2. Aaron Dudley led them in scoring with 14. Julie Roberts had 4. Katie Chance had 2. Tori Williams had 2. For the Lady Wildcats, it was the Jennifer Wilson show. We'll get to that in a second. Dana Barnard had 8. Nicole Polfus had 3. And Jasmine Henderson had 5. Lindsay McGinnis had 1 3. Renee Robinson had 4. Whitley Campbell had 4. Jamaica King had 1. And Chris Boyd, Jennifer Wilson, 35 points in this ball game. Had just all day long. Jennifer Wilson, what a game, Chris.
Yes, I must agree.
Chris does a great job for Tennessee Cablevision on the camera. Couldn't do it without him. Just what a game. It was just unbelievable. The Lady Wildcats pulled it out in the end. We're still waiting on Coach Pruden to join us. We'll go ahead and send it back to Jeff in the station one more time. We'll be back hopefully with Coach Pruden in 3 minutes. Don't pull any of those. What was that?
This thing. Claire told me to get it.
Missed the record by 1.
Let's go down to 1 mic here.
Huh?
Let's go down. You went down to 1 mic?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the mints off too.
Where's the plastic bag? There it is.
We're going to make it as quick as get away as we possibly can. Yes.
Make sure you think in back when you get back, guys.
I don't leave for you, man. I leave for that way. I'm like, I might go to that room.
Yeah, she'll come.
Yeah, she usually comes in. They usually go there. What you need? How much time do you need?
I don't know. Why do you get to the minimum cut out?
I don't want you to get away.
No, no.
Jennifer don't get a big head back in the media room. You said you're lying. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah. She won't. She's a little girl.
Put me on the spot. You can't take this one off.
Take what off?
This one, the little.
Did I just unplug it? Yeah. No. We're gonna. She's gonna videotape the interview. Talk into the mic and see if it works.
Check.
Let's get this. Anything we can.
Going to hell.
We are?
Gonna watch Tennessee roll.
Well, I'm gonna watch the Dixon County Alarm. I'll take y'all back.
Go.
Can Phil hear that? If you wanted to know.
I mean, we'll go back, but I'm gonna come back and watch the. Who we're gonna play.
You're watching Tennessee.
Well, he wanted to see if your analysis was right. Huh?
Just going down into the
That one? These two guys right here. Which is the first one that you're talking about? Huh? N5?
David Clary, Ryan Gooch, Philip Leander, Chris Boyd, and Jeff Sharon, our engineer, back at the studios of AM 1290 WATO. We're also on Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12, and we appreciate the people of Ten Bank who helped us out here today with the rights fee. The TSSAA requires a rights fee for cable broadcast for rebroadcast of a ball game. And Ten Bank of Oak Ridge provided us the money needed to pay the rights fee, and we appreciate them. And tomorrow, this game will also videotape it, and Dr. Gene Caldwell, a state representative, has gladly, and he was at the game here today, has gladly paid the rights fee for tomorrow's game. So if you know Dr. Caldwell, I think most people in Oak Ridge know Dr. Caldwell. He's a very fine gentleman, a very honorable man, and an Oak Ridge sports fan. And he's been, you're right, he's been just about every ball game, and he's going to pay our rights fee for tomorrow. Ten Bank did it today as we're waiting to speak to. Let's talk to some of the Lady Wildcats while we wait for Coach Pruden. That might be the best way to handle this little time here. Let's see. We'll get Nicole Polfus first. She doesn't mind sitting here next to me. Nicole had a huge play, I thought, early in the ball game. In fact, a crucial three-point play where she got a rebound, took it coast to coast, got a shot, about a 10-footer, and then got the free throw. Your thoughts on the ball game? Germantown was tough, weren't they?
They were real tough, and we didn't get a lot of calls, and it was real rough in there, and we just had to bury our noses and just play with it.
Do you think you came into the ball game thinking that, well, you're defending state champions, that you're just going to march over the top of this team? It just wasn't to be. This is a good team, weren't they?
They were real good. I think there was a little bit of, you know, we were going to win. We were real confident, but, I mean, they just came out, and it was so rough, and just in the lane, we couldn't get a call, and I don't think it was as rough as we expected, so, you know, we had to fight for it.
Huge play that you made during the, I think it was the first half of the game. It was a three-point play. Huge play. You got the rebound and made the decision to shoot the ball. Describe that play.
I just got it and went. There was just no thinking to it. It was instinct. I think because my dad came in with a shirt that he had for so long that one of my old teams had signed, and it just brought back memories, and that was just an instinct play for me.
When you were down 18-11, a 7-point deficit, did you think, uh-oh, we're in trouble?
No, I thought we could come back. I knew that, you know, we just had to keep working it. We had to enter it to our posts, and, you know, we weren't doing that, and once we started doing that, we came back.
Nicole, Jennifer had 35 points tonight, one shy of the record again. Just an outstanding night for her.
Jen did it for us. Thank God for Jen. She got in there and couldn't get a call, but kept putting them in, so I'm glad we have her.
Nicole, congratulations. Good luck tomorrow against Lawrence County or Dixon County.
Thank you.
It's Nicole Polfus, member of the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats. They win tonight, 63-41. We're still waiting to speak to Coach Jill Pruden, head coach of the Lady Wildcats. We'll get a chance to speak to her as some of the Lady Cats have made their way out of the locker room. We're still waiting for a few more. Some others are actually down in the press room. They take about 2 or 3 players to the press room, and we're still waiting for some others. Ryan, Wildcats win at 63-41. Here come the final. I thought they were going to bring the final statistics over this way. Some of the rebounding statistics as well.
I guess so, David. We're still waiting on the final stats. We're still waiting on Coach Pruden. We're not sure where she's at, as Lady Wildcats kind of all over the place, some coming in, some going. But just what a game, David. We've said it so many times. Lady Wildcats pulled out a gutsy performance tonight, And I think Nicole said it best. They were in the lane, and we never really made a comment about how physical it was down inside, but it was so physical down there in the paint and all over the place. It was just a tough physical game, and the Lady Wildcats came out the victor.
Still waiting for Coach Pruden. We have a little time, but not a whole lot of time because another radio station needs to set up for the first game of the evening session. But we do have a little time. They said they'd give us a little time to wait for Coach Pruden. So why don't we take another break? Oak Ridge wins it 63-41, 32-2. The defending state champions are now with their victory tonight, and they'll take on either Lawrence County or Dixon County, and that'll be coming up tomorrow 8 o'clock Eastern time. We're waiting for either some more other Lady Wildcats or Coach Pruden, but right now we're going to take a break. We'll send it back to Jeff Sharon. Oak Ridge wins this game 63-41. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
That means the signal would have come from up there.
We have tons of commercials. I was going to say they never Coach Pruden much.
Hit it again. Hey, Aaron. Everybody was going that way.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Do any of you guys know where the lost and found section is? They told us to come down here and ask you.
Oh, it's upstairs in room 177. Yeah, they're still up there.
177?
Yeah, how long has it been since you lost it?
She was here at the first game.
Today?
Yes.
Oh, it probably won't, it won't turn up until maybe the end of the day or tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, the only place, see, I mean, we don't do a cleanup until the end of the day, you know, the very end of the day, like 11 o'clock tonight.
Okay.
Let me give you, are y'all staying tonight or?
No, but she'll be back here tomorrow.
She'll be back here tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay. Tell her to check room 177 here in Murphy Center. It's like, yeah, let's see if we can find something to scratch or you got
She's
something.
up there looking for it, but
Yeah, room 177.
how late will they be here tomorrow? Because they don't play
Oh,
the last game.
It will be here from 7:30 in the morning until 10 or 11 o'clock
Oh,
at
okay.
night. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.
You want to put the thing down here? She'll be out here in a second, I think, and we'll be gone. These guys are going to take it.
We're in no hurry.
Okay.
We got plenty of time.
What's that?
Mr. Haney.
Here comes. Where? Here she comes. Good. She's on
There
her way.
she comes. United.
Yeah, she usually does.
38.
38, 29, what?
Total
Rebounds. That's the key. Okay. Free throw, just as well. Slide. Hey, Brett.
Back here on AM 1290 WATO and Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12 with the head coach of the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats, Coach Jill Pruden. And first off, congratulations, Coach. It wasn't one of those blowout ball games that we would like to see if you're a fan. It's one of those ball games where it was a nail biter. Actually, you win the ball game. If you look at the score, 63-41. The game wasn't played that much of a distance until the latter part of the ball game. Close, tight ball game early on. I thought they did an excellent job running the offense. They took good shots, and early on they rebounded well, and they were in the ball game. Actually, they were up by 7. Your thoughts on the first half?
Well, I'll tell you, David, we knew it would be a tough game. We talked about it in the locker room beforehand. You know, it's not going to be like what you've been used to a little bit. You know, had a kind of a big game in the sub-state game. So I think the kids were mentally ready. And we talked about if you get down early or get ahead early, you know, don't quit, don't give up. Let's be tough. I was proud to see the kids battle back. I thought early on, in our half-court set defensively, we missed some baseline runs. I thought they got some easy shots. They went to the boards well. I really felt like we could run on them, and we didn't go as hard as we could have early. Then I felt like we turned up the defensive pressure a little bit. Thought we had great lift from the bench with Pulfus coming in, Lindsey McGinnis coming in, Renee Robinson. I thought all three of those kids did a really good job helping us off the bench.
You know, Nicole Pulfus there was one stretch of the ball game where it was close. It was a 1 or 2 point game. Nicole Pulfus came down the floor, got a rebound, came coast to coast, hit a little jumper just inside the line, was fouled, got a 3-point play. I thought that was huge.
It really was. And it's like we said, we needed some lift emotionally. We got a little flat, a little drained. You know, no matter how excited you are, it's hard to sustain that. That was a great emotional lift. Obviously, it was a big key. You know, they decided, as they've played all year, to play behind the post. And anytime they play behind the post, we're going to go inside to Wilson. And she just had a tremendous night for us.
35 points in the ball game, Coach. We were trying to give you the signals, saying that she needed one more point for the school record. But, you know, school records are not important to Jennifer, I'm sure. But, and we're going to kid her when we see her, that when she was at the free throw line tonight, she was 7 of 8. If she had hit that free throw, Coach, she would have had the school record.
Well, I tell you what, David, you know, just the newspaper reporters want to know what I thought about Jennifer's performance, and I said it was just extremely tough with so much pressure, having never started in a state tournament game. Just a lot of credit to her, the poise, how hard she worked. She battled on the boards, and a real credit to her teammates to enter the ball. Very unselfish play.
Coach, your free throw shooting as a team was just outstanding here. In fact, let's see, I think as you look at the free throw percentage, 15 of 18. In fact, at one point you were going for the record, the state tournament record, but you missed one down the stretch there, 2 down the stretch here actually, as your percentage was high. Wilson, 35 points. Early on, they were doing an excellent job defensively, not really giving you much.
Well, I tell you, it was really physical. I really thought, quite honestly, the game changed a little bit in the second half. I thought the fouls came a lot quicker. I thought the first half, it was basically let them play. They played behind. They rode. I thought they rode people in the lane, and they just really let it be very physical. You know, we talked about it in halftime. You know, it's going to be rough. It's going to be physical. You got to battle. I really thought a key was we had to go to the offensive glass. I thought the kids did a really good job of not letting that frustrate them.
You didn't have great matchups against their big post players they brought in off the bench. They brought those 6-footers in, and they really caused some problems.
Well, they did. They're big, and what happened when we extended a little bit, they did a nice job of dumping the ball inside. We let Whitley play behind a little bit. In the first half, I thought it was pretty effective. In the second half, they kind of called a quick foul on it, but we thought that gave us better rebounding position.
Nobody else but Jennifer had double-figure scoring. I think Danielle had 8, and that was the closest to Jennifer, who had 35 points in the ball game. So, Coach, with your win, and it was a hard-fought game. I don't know about you, Coach, but I was a little nervous there in the first half when you got down 7. I think it was 18-11, and I was feeling a little nervous. How about you?
David, you know, you have a little faith. You know, if I'm going to tell the kids that, I've got to believe it myself that, you know, it's not over till the very end, and I didn't want the kids to lose their poise. And I felt like if they'd continue to keep their heads up and be confident that, you know, you can weather any storm.
Coach, you've got the winner of the Lawrence County-Dixon County ball game tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern time. We played Dixon County last year in the semifinals. They have a fine team, Fambro and what's her name, Springer, I do believe, the big 6'6" girl. And Lawrence County, not as tall, but very good. They've beaten some big teams this year.
Well, I'll tell you, David, regardless of who we play, 2 great teams, good programs. It'll be tough. It's very different teams. We'll have our work cut out for us. We'll watch this next ball game and then go to work.
Coach, I appreciate the time and the congratulations on the win. 63-41. You're back in the semifinals. Again, 1 step away from a state championship ball game. You're in the Final Four. Your thoughts on that, and what were the girls like down in the locker room?
They were excited in the locker room. It was a great feeling for them. They were proud of what they'd done. I'm excited about an opportunity to play again. I would like to say I appreciate all the people that came out. I thought we had a good following tonight. They were very vocal. For all those people that couldn't get off today and said we'll be there Friday, we look forward to them coming down and hopefully cheering us on.
Coach, I appreciate your efforts in getting 10 Bank to help us videotape the ball game as well.
It's definitely, we're really appreciative. 10 Bank called over there yesterday, and they were very willing to help us. So we appreciate that, and all the people that do a lot for our program.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you.
That's Coach Jill Pruden, head coach of the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats. Oak Ridge wins it. Final score, 63-41. The next ball game pits the Lawrence County team against the Dixon County team. And Ryan, your final comments before we close it out.
Just a great game, David. Lady Wildcats will be going on to play the winner of the Dixon County, Lawrence County basketball game coming up next. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern time, so 7 o'clock here. It'll just be a great game. Just what a game. That's about all I can say. Lady Wildcats fought hard coming down the home stretch and pulled it out in the end.
Jeff Sharon will have a highlight show. He'll also perhaps have some scores of other ball games going on in the NCAA tournament. We're going to close it out here for Philip Leander and Chris Boyd with Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. Jeff Sharon, our engineer, back to the station. Ryan Goose, this is David Clary. Until tomorrow, when the Wildcats take on the winner of the Lawrence County-Dixon County ball game. So long, everybody.